Hi, I'm Dane Rehagen. Thank you for joining me for the reading of my book, How Katie Found Her Meow. Enjoy the pictures illustrated by Terry Piccittino. Darcy Rehagen will be narrating. Enjoy.
How Katie Found Her Meow, written by Dane Rehagen and illustrated by Terry Piccittino. For my beautiful Italian family. Once there was a fluffy white kitty named Katie who lived with her family in a rambling house by the ocean. Every day she enjoyed sleeping on the bay windowsill in the sunlight while her family went about their busy lives. As winter approached, one day, the windowsill where Katie loved napping was cold and damp. As she gazed outside, she heard the rustling wind and the tapping of the rain against the windowpane. A storm was brewing across the sea. She felt chilly in her spot, so she went to the couch to cuddle up with Nanu, who was reading the paper on the couch. Nanu pushed Katie aside, saying, "You're wrinkling my paper, kitty. Go away." Katie whimpered softly, "Me?" and scampered off to the warm kitchen. In the Italian kitchen, Katie saw Nana preparing lasagna and homemade pizza for the family party they were hosting the next day. Katie also noticed 2 steaming pizzas on the counter and thought they would be a nice place to warm her cold paws. She jumped up next to the hot pizzas. Nana screamed, "Get down! Bad kitty! You're going to ruin my pizzas for tonight's dinner." Katie sighed, "Me?" and she hopped off the counter as fast as she could and ran out of the kitchen. Katie found herself standing in the dark next to the staircase, feeling chilly and alone. She noticed an inviting light coming from Sissy's bedroom and decided to venture upstairs in search of a warm, cozy spot. As Katie snuck through the bedroom door, she was drawn to the fire roaring in the fireplace behind Sissy. Sissy and her friend were sitting on the carpet painting their fingernails while they laughed and talked. Katie eyed a fuzzy blanket in front of the fire. Unnoticed by the girls, Katie crept up to the blanket. To her dismay, she accidentally knocked over a bottle of bright red nail polish on the light pink carpet. Immediately, Sissy shouted, "Scat Cat, you are such a nuisance." Katie cried, "Me?" and scampered out of the bedroom as fast as she could until she found herself in the cold, empty laundry room. Feeling sad, tired, and exhausted, Katie fell asleep among a pile of towels on the laundry room floor. The following morning, Katie awoke to the sounds of her family getting ready for the big family gathering. She quietly tiptoed through the house to her favorite place by the bay window. She was still feeling terrible from the previous day's events, and she hoped lying in her favorite spot would cheer her up. Her eyes widened with delight when she saw the bright sunlight shining through her window. She quickly jumped up to the sill and let the light dance across her white fur. But soon that happy feeling disappeared and her favorite spot did not feel so cozy. She suddenly felt lonely, invisible, and unwanted. Katie wailed, "Me! Me! Me!" as loud as she could, but no one seemed to notice her. Unexpectedly, the front door opened wide as uncle and cousin brought in 2 enormous cakes. Immediately, Katie decided to race out the open door in hope of finding a new place that would make her feel warm again. When Katie was outside, she felt a little scared because her surroundings were so new and different. She knew her curiosity would keep her brave. Katie noticed a beautiful blue bird up on a tree branch right above her. "Hello, Mr. Bird. Do you know a nice warm place where I could take a nap?" The bird replied, "Why, yes, I do. You should go down to the sand on the beach. It is very warm today, and it is only 1 block down this street." Katie thanked the bird and walked down to the beach. When she got there, she noticed the sand was covered with towels, umbrellas, and hundreds of people lying on the sand. As she searched for a place among all the people, she sighed, "Me! Me, me. But the strangers grumbled, "Go away, kitty." Feeling colder than ever, Katie noticed an empty boat docked near the sand. She thought to herself, "This might be the warm, cozy place meant just for me." Without another thought, Katie leapt onto the boat deck. As she scurried across the slippery wood planks, her right paw got tangled up in some fishing line. She pulled and pulled at the line, but instead of freeing herself, the line got tighter around her paw. Katie panicked and began weeping. "Ow! Ow! Ow!" Hearing the cries, a young boy came up from the lower cabin of the boat and shouted, "Who's there?" Katie whimpered louder, "Me! Me! Me! Ow! Me! Ow!" He ran over to her and said, "Poor little kitty, let me help you." Katie looked up at the boy and continued to cry, "Me! Ow! Meow! Meow!" because she realized someone finally noticed her and her heart was feeling warm again. The compassionate boy cut the fishing line from Katie's paw and gently picked her up. He took her down to the cabin to mend her paw. Then he wrapped her in a blanket and laid her next to the cabin's warm stove with some fresh fish to eat. Katie thanked the smiling boy with a meow, and before she could finish the delicious fish, she fell fast asleep within the comforting blanket. The next morning, Katie awoke to find the boy carrying her off the boat and away from the beach. The boy said, "Good morning, Katie. I discovered the tag on your collar. I think it's time you go home because I am sure your owners are worried about you." Katie thought her family wouldn't miss her and was disappointed the nice boy had found her tag. As Katie and the boy approached her sprawling white porch, to her surprise, Nanu, Nana, and Sissy came running out to meet her. The family immediately noticed her paw was injured and felt sorry for her. Katie whispered, "Meow." Sissy replied, "Poor Katie, does your paw hurt badly?" Katie meowed a bit louder and Sissy took her in her arms. She hugged her gently as Nana and Nanu huddled closely around them. Nana said, "We are sorry we ignored you and we promise to help you feel better." As Sissy carried Katie to the cozy couch, Nana thanked the boy with some leftover pizza. The boy said goodbye to Katie's meow while Nanu lit a crackling fire in the fireplace. Nana brought Katie some fresh Italian sausage to eat, and Katie began to feel warm and happy again. Her family stayed with her by the fire all day, waiting on her, caressing her, and snuggling close to her. She could not remember a happier time in her life. When nightfall arrived, Sissy carried Katie up to bed and whispered in her ear, "My sweet Katie, if you ever need anything, all you have to do is meow, okay?" As Katie drifted off to sleep, content in Sissy's welcoming bed, she knew that's just what she would do. The end. And thank you for listening.